Stop allowing the world around you to stop you from really expressing who you are. Welcome to the Essence of True Self podcast, where we affirm I am the son of my creation. Here I focus on mindfulness, limiting belief, self-care, spirituality, and overall becoming your true self. I'm your host, Oriana, a book, tea, and self-development lover. I give you tips and tricks of what I learned on my self-development journey so you can apply to yours. If you're interested, keep listening. Hey, welcome back to the Essence of True Self podcast, and I'm your host, Oriana, and I hope your week, your day, your evening is going pretty well. If not, of course, I'm sending you love and light in this time. And if you don't know already, I do readings, mediumships, coaching, all that good stuff will be below. And I also have an email list. Once you sign up, you receive a shadow book e-guide to start your shadow work journey. And if you're interested to develop your shadow work even more, I do have a digital journal that you can check out below as well. And before we get into anything else, we're going to do some breathing and we're going to say some affirmations. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And now we're going to say our affirmation. I am the son of my creation. I am the son of my creation. I am the son of my creation. Hope that ground you, centered you, and being more open and receptive to the message I have for you today. And as you can tell by this title, Suppression Caused Depressions. And I really want to talk about this before, depression season come. We always get in, like most people, get into like this depression spat during like the winter and the fall season because it's more cold. We in the house. We're trying to be more snuggled up. But I want to talk about this. When we suppress who we really are, how we truly feel, how we want to really express ourselves, it really causes depression. It causes lack. It causes anxiety, worry within us. And we don't see it as that when we suppress how we really feel, how we want to express ourselves, how we want to show up into this world. Even when it get cold and chilly outside and we want to be all snuggled up and be in our own space. But a lot of time when depression comes is when we don't express ourselves. We don't even tell ourselves that how we really feel. And a lot of times we expect people around us to understand how we feel, but we're not really expressing it to ourselves. So how other people gonna really understand how you really feel? And I just want to give a little, a pep talk and some advice when people are going into depressing spats or seasons or this moment in their life that they feel like everything is crumbling around them. But first I want to say everything is falling into place for you. Everything is falling apart because it wants to show us what our life is. And I know that's so harsh to say, but a lot of times we contribute to how our life is. And a lot of times when things have to be changed or we want something better for ourselves, of course it's going to crumble and fall because the old got to go before the new comes in, before greatness come in for you. And the main cure, because this is parentheses, I don't want to, diagnose anybody. But what I have seen, the main cure to depression is doing something that fulfill you, expressing yourself in many ways. And as I was talking about in a couple of episodes back, it's just like embracing your inner child to really embrace these hobbies that your inner child never had and help you really develop the person you want to be in this time. And tapping into that energy of your inner child. What would your inner child do? What things that was taken away from you as a child? How can you implement that into your adult life? When we become adults, we think in being childlike is childish, it's unimportant, but your child self needs to express itself as well. It could be as simple as coloring, watching your favorite comfort show as a kid, or puzzles, anything that fulfill you, gaming, something to really fulfill you in this time. Finding new hobbies, do things to really make you happy, and expressing yourself, journaling, making voice memos, creating art, poetry. Like, it's different ways to express yourself the way you want to express yourself. You don't have to fit the mold of all the examples I have set out for you. You can find different ways to express yourself. A main medium for people to really express themselves is music, dancing. That could be another way to actually express how you really feel and being more comfortable in expressing the emotions to yourself. A lot of times we just really need to hear ourselves how we really feel. It's okay to have people there with us when we're going through like hardships and different things in our life, of course, but the main person who needs you right now is yourself. Is yourself. Don't suppress yourself. Don't suppress your emotions because of how other people might view it. How do you view it? And if you view it as like it's a waste of time, it doesn't serve me. That person, because it's a person in you, a teen, a child, even a baby inside of you, waiting for you to express how you really feel. These emotions come up for us to address it, heal it, nurture it, and release it, and create new habits, new ways to actually cope and express ourselves. And that is one of the main keys to actually being your authentic self. And when it comes to being in a depressive spat, ask yourself, what do I really need right now? And it can be so simple. It could be some water. It can be some food. Because when people are in a depressive spat, you don't want to eat, you don't want to drink. Take the first step. If you constantly let yourself be in this slumber, more slumber is going to happen. You could be like, oh, see, this is why this is happening. But you have to do the opposite effect sometimes to really heal you in this moment, to really express yourself in this moment, to really stop oppressing and suppressing yourself. Because we could be the main source of stopping us from actually growing and healing and releasing these emotions that comes up for us. Really ask yourself, how can I nurture myself? How can I love myself? How can I really show up for myself? And then what do you really want? A lot of times we want something, oh, it sounds good in the moment. And actually, when we do it, it doesn't feel good because you have to get in the habit and the practice of actually constantly doing that. It takes 6 weeks to actually create a habit. So try it for 6 weeks. And if you lack some days, you're not 100% some days, that is okay. That is fine. Show yourself some grace and compassion. This journey is not easy, especially if you're going through this time in your life when you feel it coming on. Stop it in its tracks and find it. Where is the source coming from? Where is this feeling coming from? What is holding me back in this time that makes me want to retreat and suppress and not allow myself to be expressed in this time? How can I really show up for myself? Because the main person you need right now is you. It's you. And if you want other people around you in this time, allow that to happen. But allow them to know, like, I'm not in the best mental state in this time. But I would love for you to be around me as a comfort. But don't bring people around you that makes you feel low and terrible about yourself that you already do. Because that's just going to feed the fire that you're already telling yourself. If you really want to come out of this season of depression, you have to fill yourself with greatness and goodness. And people who really want to be there for you and love you. Like you want to be nurtured. Like the inner child of you wants to be nurtured in this time. Opening your heart for something new. Because it's asking us to see who we really are. So stop suppressing yourself. Stop oppressing yourself. Because we can be the main source of why we in the situation we in now. And I'm not saying it's always us. But we are the first step to actually get ourselves out of this situation. We can find a way. It can be as small as simple. And gradually make your way up. Fulfill yourself. Tap into your creativity and your expression. And if you don't know what that is, start with something that you always wanted to do and start doing it little by little. and see how 6 weeks from now, how it can change you forever. And you be like, oh, it was so hard for me at first. Now I can really do this because you always could. You just have to step into that and actually put yourself out there. And discipline is the most highest form of self-love, being there for yourself. When you're there for yourself, it's easy to, see who's really for you and who's not for you. How you really treat yourself is really showing you who is there for you and who is not for you. To who is treating you well, how you really want to be treated. When we don't know who we are, it's easy to allow anybody into our space. It's like having a house with no fence. And you want your house to be safe, right? You want to, let's say you have a pet or something, a child, but you want a fence up so they can be able to go outside but not, rumble into the street. This is your time to create your own firm fence and allow whoever you want in and out of your house, your space. So it's a time for you to really express yourself. Stop holding yourself back. Stop allowing the world around you to stop you from really expressing who you are. You're not living your life for others. You are living for yourself. And if you have kids, live this for them. Show them that it's more to life than sadness and depression and lack and anger. The world doesn't create you. You create the world. You live into the world. You live in this world now, but how do you want your world to really look? And if you really need help, I have a couple of videos about like your mindset shift, becoming your dream self, and childhood, inner child healing and being more into that creative energy. Little things as that. Because right now it's eclipse season. It's time for us to reflect and release what's really holding us back from really stepping into who we really meant to be. So, are you going to allow depression to stop you from really expressing who you are? Or are you going to take depression by the horns and start creating the life that you want to be? And start expressing yourself no matter how other people see you. Because how other people see you is a reflection of who they are. If people project on you, it's the person who they are. They just showing you who they are. A lot of people just have a lot of trauma just like you. Have a lot of unhealed things in them just like you. It's just the way they choose to express it. Same as you. And you get to choose who can be in your life and who you don't. You get to choose what emotions to stay and what don't. You get to choose what habits stays and what doesn't. Be the source of your reality. Because you are the source of your reality. So, I really hope this helped you guys. It was a very short video, but I really hope this helped you guys to really tap into the expression and not suppress yourself anymore. Once you contract and hold all this in, it stops you from actually expanding and living the life that you really want to live. You got to go through the uncomfortability to be comfortable again. Because life is always growing, always changing and evolving. So are you. Once you stay the same, that's when stagnation, frustration, anger comes in. It's time to step into the unknown and see what unfolds for you, because the unknown rewards the bold. But anyways, that's all I want to say. I really hope this helps somebody to really elevate you, give you a different perspective. And if this helped you, please leave a comment below. Like, comment, and subscribe if you listen to this podcast version. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And feel free to share it with somebody who might need to hear this. And I really hope this helped you guys. And I'm always grateful that you always here to listen to any advice and perspective from me. And if you have any other perspective from things, check it below. Put it in the comments below. I want to learn something too. Let us all learn. What have you learned in this moment in your life and this reflection in your life? That's really what I want to know, because we always growing. But as I always say, if you want to learn more, always search it up and look for more answers, but also follow your intuition to see if it really resonates with you. Don't stop from learning because you don't resonate with everything what somebody says. Take the messages that comes through that really fit you and leave the rest. But all right, family, I hope y'all have a great rest of your evening, day, night, afternoon. But until next time, much love, family.